there's two main ways to live here. We have green cards, which is permission to live here permanently, and then there are temporary visas. There are about 30 different kinds, and those allow you to live here temporarily. And the temporary visas, sometimes they're 5 years long, and they can be renewed, so you can have them year after year, but they're always temporary because they always have an expiration date on them. So in terms of the first approach that we took, which is whether they could qualify here based on investment, everyone seemed to understand at the table, well, that having just a couple of rental properties here would not qualify, or having even if it was a $2 million house here, that would not alone qualify somebody to live here. But investing in a business, or investing in something called an EB5 regional center, which is a sort of a passive way, if somebody's got enough money, $500,000 or more, to invest, that a person can get permission to live here. And then as far as qualifying the daughter, I talked about there are some visas for athletes, there are some visas for students, so the family could go about it that way. With the athlete visa, there's actually a companion visa. The athlete visa is called a P1 visa, and there's a companion visa called a P1S for essential support workers for that athlete. So if the daughter was good enough in tennis as an athlete, and her mom's her coach, the mom might qualify for a P1S visa to be here with the daughter as she's competing. And sometimes I even have, and this could happen to some of your clients too, they have their kids here in school, and then when I tell them all the various options, they decide they want to go to school too. So if one of the parents wants to go to school, the parent could get a student visa as well. And then the third way we talked about was, well, what about the business in Australia, that internet business? Can that somehow serve as a vehicle for moving here? And we talked about some of the other temporary visas, such as an E1 visa for people that do importing and exporting between the United States and the person's home country. I said, for example, if 50% or more of his products that he's selling in Australia are imported from America, he qualify for that visa. We also talked about the L1 visa, which is intra-company transfer visa. So if he were to establish a branch here of his Australian company, he might be able to transfer himself as the manager of the company. And there's a green card category called EB1 that goes with that L1. Then the third option, which is kind of unusual, it's just for Australians. It's a special visa called an E3, which is a 2-year work visa. If there was an American company that wanted to give them a job. So when you're working with a client who maybe fits the scenario, this something maybe under 60, they've got kids of various ages, and they want to have a presence here, but they still want to keep their connection to their home country. Now, the purpose of this was just to show you there's different ways you can go about it, based on their investment, based on their personal circumstances, like how their kids are doing, or based on some type of business thing. If they have a business there and they want to open up a business here. So, thank you very much.